Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to Danny's Detours, where we talk about anything and everything life related. Consciousness is our compass. Welcome back to the channel, guys, and I'm out and about again. You already know the score. My two, or wherever he is, my two favourite compadres in the whole wide world, Paddy and Willow. Yeah, welcome back to the channel, guys. It's absolutely fantastic to have you out and about on a, well, I say out and about, we're just sitting under one of my favourite trees here. I'm just doing a little bit of grounding, but yeah, it's fantastic to have you all back. I've not really been doing many videos over the last few days because I've been quite, I've been pretty busy at home. I've had a lot of things on, obviously, as you know, Mrs. Detours, we're expecting our fourth child, number 4, but and not only that, I've been like sorting my house out as well. I've been trying to sort out quite a few things going on there in my house and everything and stuff like that, so that's been taking up a lot of my time, you know what I mean. But obviously it's like anything, guys, isn't it? In life we get things thrown at us, don't we? We get curveballs and it's just things that we need to be doing and sorting out and stuff like that, innit? But no, like I say, it's fantastic to have you all back, and I'm just out with Paddy and Willow now, just chilling out and just getting a little bit of me time, you know what I mean? Because it's sometimes things get a bit hectic, don't they? Everything just comes at us at 100 miles an hour. But yeah, it's just one of them, you know what I mean? Willow, I've already been out with these this morning. I took my lad to school this morning. Well, I said to school. I got him to. He's starting school, obviously, in about a week or two. Thinking about just a week and a half, something like that. In fact, no, I think it's next week he starts school, and he's having to walk to school because, like, to pay for it, like, I think. What was it now? I think it was about £50 odd a month for the bus. And I thought to myself, like, how much of a rip-off is that? Because obviously my daughter, she used to get it, but then I said to her, I said, the price that you pay, like, obviously, like, walking to and from, it's like literally, it's not even, it's probably about just over a mile, if that. Literally, like, £55 a month it is to get on a bus, right? And then come back Monday to Friday. But you don't get to use the bus pass on a weekend, yeah? And it's only for that one set route. So it's like, and not only that, you have to pay for, like, during the school holidays as well. You have to pay for that. So how does that even make sense, guys? You know what I mean? It's an absolute shambles when you think about it now. Like, literally, we're living in a system now where you get taxed on top of tax, on top of tax, on top of tax. And listen, right, we shouldn't have to pay any tax, really, when you think about it, because at the end of the day, right, they print never ending amounts of money for you to go to work, for you to chase after you. But what happens when they print them never ending amounts of money? It inflates the currency, it inflates the economy. So basically, you can't win, guys. You're fighting a battle that you will never win unless you learn about holding assets and stuff like that, which is a whole different, I'm not going to go too much into that, but it's just, everything's designed to keep you in a prison and to keep you down and keep you vibrating on a low frequency, to keep you in that same rat race system. Hence why I'm doing this channel. I'm talking about these things and educating people, because at the end of the day, guys, right, if you stay in that system and you stay locked in and you just sort of like, I don't know, I woke up to a lot of this and it encouraged me to just think for myself and think, well, wait a minute, there has to be another way, don't there? So, and that's always about choosing your own way and your own path. And listen, is everyone gonna be happy with that? Because it's a bit like this, like, yeah, if you're sort of like operating on a level where you're sort of like just, there's other, once you start to show other people that there's another way, there's always going to be that one set group of people that are literally, you know, they're not going to be happy because you're like, how can I explain this, like you're contesting, or like you're sort of like thinking their way of life. So if they're sort of like stuck in that prison and they're going around like a hamster on that wheel, then they're sort of like they're kind of like gonna hate you for it, aren't they? Because it's sort of like you're willing to like stand on your own 2 feet, or just use your own knowledge and your own intuition instead of following that system. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? So yeah, and a lot of these things do go through my mind, guys, you know what I mean? And it kind of like just makes me think, like, you know, everything is designed to keep us down and to keep us in a system where we're vibrating on a low frequency, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, just a few things to think about there, guys. But what are them two eating over there? They're always looking for something, aren't they? Paddy, come here. What's this? Come here, Paddy. Come say hello. Here he is. Egg scruffers. But yeah, you know, because that was the whole point of me doing this channel. Obviously, you know, I have got other things planned for this channel, you know, like I've got other ideas, and I'm doing something at the moment in the background, but I don't want to mention it yet because I'm kind of like learning about it and stuff like that. But obviously I look into different things like esoteric knowledge and stuff like that, because it's a bit like everything is hidden to you in plain sight, guys. You know, like even where they talk about like Adam and Eve and stuff like that, you know, that is your divine masculine, divine feminine, and it goes so much more deeper. You know, we've been programmed for so long, you know, and it's absolutely the information that I've learned and delved into, it blows my mind, because it just makes me think to myself that, like, you know, they kind of like they have to tell us, but they have to tell us in a way where it's like it's hidden from us, but it's not, if that makes sense. So like they'll do it through like signs and symbols. It's a bit like where they mention Israel. If you actually knew what that if you understood what that actually means, because the divine masculine part of your brain is Isis, yeah, and then the divine feminine part of your brain is Ra, and then you've got your third eye there, which is El. Put all them three together, because they make you want to hate things, guys. They make you want to be divided. They make you want to be fighting against each other, like all this stuff with all the, listen, you know, with the Great Britain flag and all that stuff. It's literally all that is implanted by the media to make us fight against each other. And listen, I know there's a lot of shit going on in this country at the moment. Now I understand that, yeah, but it's all done by design to make us fight, yeah. The minute that you step back and you take a look and you analyze it for what it is, you're just like, ah, well, wait a minute, why is that, you know? So, but listen, I don't want to go too much into, you know, because I'm not about politics, mate, because at the end of the day, government, do you know what that stands for? It stands for mind control. So what does the government do? They control your mind. Hence what I was just talking about before with all these different concepts and stuff like that. But yeah, it's just a few things for you to think about there, guys, you know what I mean? And just, you know, especially more so now, because they're pushing out all this AI now, aren't they? And AI is going to be huge. It already is starting to come in, you know. You've got ChatGPT, you've got Grok on X. There's so many different formats, because what they want you, because they don't want you to know that you are literally, the AI is in the sky through the sun, and you get downloads and codes from that. And your brain is a supercomputer. It's super intelligence. But they don't want you what? Because they'll point towards AI, because they don't want you using what? Your supercomputer, because your brain is the supercomputer, which is AI. You know, but they don't want you, they want you being dependent upon something else. You know what I mean? But I think we're going to leave it at that. But just a few things for you to think about there, guys, you know. But yeah, just a few things that I wanted to mention. But thank you so much for all the love and support on my channel. You know, it really does melt my heart. We're doing well with the subscribers, you know what I mean? We just, listen, it's not about the numbers, it's about getting the message out there, you know. and keeping people in a positive state of mind and keep pushing forward. But for me, Danny Detours, Paddy and Willow, I hope you have a fantastic day. Love you loads. Peace.